Hey everybody, back with a new episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Last episode, May finally turned. She realized that Hydra are the bad guys. And so she helped us and gave Daisy her powers, gave her the crystals, and she went through the transformation. So that still works in this world too. Unfortunately, we lost Mace. He went out as an absolute hero. Definitely going to miss him. And I think maybe, hopefully, Radcliffe gave us the location of where they can get out. So really the only thing left is Fitz. And the more and more I think of it and like how they were doing last episode with Simmons having just a really hard time believing that this was real at all because of how Fitz is juxtaposed to having Ward be so different, and Radcliffe saying like one thing can completely change somebody. I really think they are trying to say this is just who Fitz could have been if this scenario played out, which is, you know, a tough pill to swallow. But his dad seems pretty fucking awful. And maybe with the name of this episode being All the Madam's Men, we can maybe learn more about his father and Fitz and how all of this came to be and what Madame Hydra may have done. But, you know, we're still in this world. We're still dealing with it. And I'm glad we got May. That was a big win. So I'm excited. I'm loving the storyline, obviously, but I'm excited for them to get home. Like, it's been so long since we've had our Melinda in our lives, because even now that she's like come over to the good side, she still doesn't remember anything. And I don't think that's going to be changed until they get back. So I just miss our people, because even Phil, like, he the one has the most of his old memories, but barely. And yeah, I just miss everyone's dynamics, and I just know the fallout from when they get back is going to be a lot, especially for Fitz. So I think they're just going to have to cock him over the head. I don't think he's going to willingly come with us ever. So we're just going to have to kidnap him, I guess. So maybe that's what we're going to do now. I don't know. But yeah, let's get into it.
Good morning.
This guy!
And today, one must never forget that danger can lurk around any corner.
Yeah, it does. Glad to have her back on our side.
No matter the circumstance, none of you can escape your true nature. You, the warrior.
Well, let's hope that's
Matt,
true
the
for
protector.
Fitz.
And Fitz? Well, he's a romantic.
And me, what? I don't make the list?
Hey!
I did not think it possible for a machine.
I'm wondering about this guy.
Agent May has begun to question the narrative she was programmed with.
How very human of her.
It is no more than a slight complication.
Then I will uncomplicate
No.
it for you.
He can't do anything.
What have you done to me?
The same parameters that limit me must also limit you.
Good.
My primary directive requires me to protect these people. If they become a direct threat to the framework, then they no longer require protection.
When an enemy sacrifices his life for yours, you have to question if you're fighting for the wrong side.
That's right.
Seeing that building collapse on the Patriot, Wait, the Patriot's dead?
Yeah.
I know what he meant to the Resistance.
The trauma shattered her T4 and T5 vertebrae.
You have an obligation to lead. You're the new head of Hydra.
No! This is a nightmare.
We can use archival footage, placate to the public. They'll never know the difference.
Well, no, I don't want the public placated. I want them afraid.
What are they
We
gonna
can now
do?
exclusively confirm the identities of the terrorists responsible for this morning's horrific attack
Shit.
on the Triskelion.
Hey, calm down.
least Sky's not a prisoner anymore.
Yeah, but if Hydra finds her before I do, they'll march her into a public square and put a bullet in her head.
Hey, it's not in front of my daughter.
Sky could be anywhere. Running
You know,
blind puts
he's
our people at
like-
risk.
She is at risk.
Hydra is
He
hunting
just cares about
full
her.
force.
Call me
He's kind of-
crazy, but I think she can take care of herself.
parallels
The smart
between-
move is to wait for her to reach out.
Look, this isn't your wheelhouse.
Ward
Sure,
and
you're a good school teacher, but you're a
Biz
school
or
teacher.
plenty.
Maybe, but someone once thought I could be more than that. A man showed up when I was fresh out of
I
school.
don't have time for a history lesson.
Fury.
I said no. I didn't want to shoulder it. But now I think maybe I should have.
Well, when I got that offer, I took it. I was serving time. Arson. First degree. Pretty sure my life was over.
Oh, that was the same.
That's when someone came to me.
What was his name?
So his nurture wasn't that different.
She laughed that you assumed it was a guy. Her name was Victoria Hand. She was the first person to tell me I could be a good man. Sky was the one that made me believe it. Now she is in danger.
Damn it.
You see that look?
Very.
She's racist. Or starstruck.
I've seen this machinery before. It was designed to build elements from thin air. This looks like it's creating something even more complex.
What?
That machine required an immense amount of energy. It was powered by a hydroelectric dam. No doubt this device would need a more substantial energy source.
We weren't followed. We were careful.
Let them in. Oh my god.
Stupid! I have contact!
One of our field agents just called in. Said he had made contact with someone.
Was it Sky?
I don't know. There were gunshots. The line went dead. Mace was always the one to make these calls.
Let's go check it out.
Well, what about backup?
New director.
What about transport? We're spread too thin.
I'll drive. The Hydra bus should get us there in one piece.
They'll call in an airstrike and sort through the rubble later. Like what they did with the Patriot?
Yeah.
What I did.
You can't blame yourself for their lies. Once you learned the truth, you fought back. That is what we need.
If Project Looking Glass is completed, it won't matter. This body won't matter.
What are they planning?
Of course.
Stop right there.
Mac?
Yeah.
Hydra messed with their head, but she's fighting back now.
I didn't know she's not lying.
Not a good time to be holding guns on our allies.
Alpha 1, report in. What's the situation down there?
These wounds don't heal overnight. But for reasons I can't fully explain, I trust this woman.
That's ingrained deep.
And so should you.
On my mark.
I was so certain.
I guess this isn't where she's building the damn thing.
No, this is where she's building it, just not in this world.
Yeah.
And now I know what it will do.
You can't do it, man.
She wants to make herself into a real person.
Oh.
Whatever we do, we need to do it fast.
Does she not want to stay in
When
this
I took
world?
those
Does she want to
pictures,
go back to our
talk was
world?
they were about a week out from finishing the project.
And when was that?
About a week ago.
They broke her spine. I want them dead!
Don't you snap at me, boy.
I can't show any weakness, which means I can't tolerate failure. Even from my own father.
Shit.
I know a way for us to get back home.
By us, you don't mean me.
Where are the traitors going? Why would Agent May
Don't rat us out.
betray Hydra for Sky?
Do what you will. I've got nothing left to give. You'll be a disappointment to your son yet again.
You know nothing.
Changing people's hearts and minds is great. But I know a way to destroy Hydra for good. Remember the place Simmons and I were trying to find? Radcliffe told me where to go, how to find it.
The way out of this.
Yes. If we can get there, all of our problems go away.
To save ourselves. We need to save the world.
Well, there we go.
If you think you can force me, S.H.I.E.L.D. bugs you to go on air and slander Hydra, then you're delusional. I'm the most trusted voice in journalism.
Just put it in the teleport.
We don't need you to say a damn thing. The facts will speak for themselves.
So if she's not flesh and blood yet,
I just have one request.
why is she so injured?
Take me with you.
She's gonna make a body and go back, like physically go back? How does that work?
I'll keep the signal going. Hold the fort as long as I can.
No, Ward, you don't have to do that. That's...
I know I'm not going with you when you leave, but I can still help out from this side. I would hate for you to think that I am anything like the Grant Ward you knew over there. Simmons said he was a real son of a bitch, so I kept my Sky back.
Honestly, I don't know. I didn't totally understand him until I met you. So I guess
Perspective?
there was some good in him all along.
I mean, you have to believe that if you believe this about Ward.
That Sky comes back to you.
The man's prepared to die.
Yeah. He's got nothing to lose.
Well, let me give him a reason to live.
Oh, Radcliffe, don't you turn! Don't you turn!
Well, that's that.
Once you see this footage, the truth is undeniable.
You would think
we're smart enough
so,
to know when we're being
but
fed
like, I feel
alternative
like
facts to keep us afraid.
would it even
To
really
keep them in
work?
power.
You know,
Remember, there
some
are more
people
of
are
us
so
than there are of them.
resistant to the
And now that we
truth.
know the truth, we have a choice to make. Are you going to hold them accountable?
There are people outside.
Power. And Hydra was corrupt from the start. They were founded by the Nazis.
They're not Hydra. I think they're here to help us fight.
Let's go!
A wise man once told me that a person can do anything.
Hey, I
once
love
they
that we're
realize
fixing
they're a
this
part of
world,
something
but what's
bigger.
going to happen in this world?
It's taken me a
I
while
don't
to
know.
understand that. I really do believe that together we can accomplish anything. Because the truth is, I'm not just a history teacher.
No, he didn't take the glasses off.
My name is Phil Coulson. And I'm an agent of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Rise up, S.H.I.E.L.D.
They are aboard a S.H.I.E.L.D. jet. Once we get a lock on it, my men have orders to shoot it down.
Great. What's going on with Ophelia's plan? She wants to make herself into a real flesh and blood person, but somehow do that in the real world. How does that work? I mean, I know we saw the machine out on the real world side. I don't know. I'll just go with it, whatever they say. You know, I feel good about the Ward situation. I think it has really given the Ward that we knew extra layers. Because, you know, at one point with him, I was just like, this guy's got like sociopathy issues, which would, I guess, still be an issue, or I would think would still be an issue even in another version of him. But maybe it's all due to his nurture, which he did have the same family issues, but the fact that he was given that second chance by S.H.I.E.L.D. instead of Hydra really saved him and allowed him to become a really good person, which Daisy got to see, and it helped her understand our world, our Ward. So, it feels nice for us to get this. It's like they're giving us something that they took away from us once we found out that Ward wasn't really who we thought he was. It's nice to see this version, and that he's willing to stay behind and help in any way he can, even though he knows he's not going back with them and there's nothing to go back to. But it still seems like, unless Daisy just didn't want to break it to him, that this world is going to exist, because he's like wanting his guy back. I don't know if that's the case. I mean, I could see them not destroying it, especially because they're saving it and maybe Hydra is really going down here. But at the same time, like the energy source it takes to keep it up and running, like, is that feasible to keep doing? I don't know. So the machine that they're using is the one that the scientists built that like creates matter, right? I just don't understand how it communicates between those worlds. Whatever. It's above my head. Fitz and his father. Ugh. His dad really does suck. And seems like Fitz is like standing up to him, which is pretty surprising. But, you know, he's the romantic. So everything he is doing is being guided by that, which instead of it being Simmons, it's Ophelia, which is very unfortunate for us. And they're not even kind of talking about like how we get Fitz back. Oh my God. I hope Radcliffe stays strong. But Fitz said they're going to offer him something or give him like a reason to live. What, bring Agnes back? Oh, maybe like Ophelia goes and be to be a real girl. Maybe they can turn. If Ophelia goes to be a real girl, they can turn Agnes into, you have Agnes use that body. I don't know where they get her consciousness, but what else would he care about to get him to possibly help? Don't you do it, Radcliffe. Don't put it past him though. This episode's okay. I mean, it was just a lot of like trying to get to places, and I feel good about the fact that they got that information out there. You would hope that that would be enough for people to finally see what's true and real. And it sounds like a lot of people were showing up to help. So I think it is going to work. I know Melinda's dealing with a lot of guilt because, I mean, she called the strike and that's what killed Mace. But like Daisy was giving her a lot of credit for turning around once she knew the truth. So that's good. And yeah, I don't know. I feel like a lot did and didn't happen in this episode. We're kind of just spinning our wheels, trying to get to where we need to get. But I think the biggest thing was taking down Hydra. But that has implications of this world existing even after they leave. Which I said I don't mind if it's possible. But it's good to see, or it's good to hear about people waking up. Now we got to get our people to wake up, literally. So, yeah, I feel like I just don't have a lot to say about this episode. So, I'm just going to leave it there. So, thanks for watching, guys. I'll be back soon.